Hello, everybody.
Hi.
This is Tony Whistler and my good friend Carla Weiss with Drive Facebook Live. Another week of a wonderful Drive Facebook Live. So we have a couple of great guests. We have Marlene and Manny Reyes from Manny Euro Auto. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
So just to kick us off, why don't you just tell us a little bit about you, your shop, where it is, a little bit about the shop.
Okay.
And yeah, we this is a shop that we started 5 years ago, the Manny Euro Auto Center, Auto Service, where we specialize mostly on European cars. I've been working on European cars for 25 years already, and this was just an idea between me and my wife just to do a little service shop, which it grew to what we have right now. And it's been amazing. We are in Ocoee, which is west of Orlando, Florida, and here we went from half a lift that would only go halfway in one lift and one bay to now having four great lifts and a lot of space to work on, and we actually have a great team that we're running the shop in a really good way thanks to Drive.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
So you moved into a new location is how you got all that space and all those other lifts. You moved
Yeah.
your location?
We were
Cool.
able to move to a bigger location, like reality 30 seconds away from our old shop.
Wow, that's
Wonderful.
cool.
So yeah,
That's
it
very
was it
cool.
was a great blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how's business? I'll just put it that way. You got things growing pretty good with you guys?
We're getting since the new move. I mean, we are getting a lot more exotic cars and a lot more Google ads and people just calling and us doing great work for them, and they just keep coming back, and we're doing great now. We have a in the service area. We got a team of two guys that each of them have over 20 years experience in the automotive European world. We have our great manager Chris, and I'm acting as a service advisor right now, which being a mechanic for so long, it's okay.
So that's what you're doing now? You're a service advisor?
Yes. I still
Very
get the
good.
tingling in my fingers to go on fix cars, but I gotta stay in the office.
And what does Marlene do? Puts a stick so that he doesn't go to the back.
I was so where I'm working in the back, there's a big glass door, so I see everything. So I gotta get up and just sit
Go
next
chase
or
him.
stand next to him and be like, babe, you gotta go back to the front.
I need to lend you my ruler.
That's right. So what is
Nancy, your coach is watching.
there you go.
I'm Nancy.
So
I
what
got
is it
you.
that you cover, Marlene? What are you doing in the shop
So
exactly?
I'm kind of doing the back end of stuff. I'm working more on the business than in the business when I'm
Hmm.
here. A lot of the marketing, a lot of the policies. I just finished the internship with the policies and procedures, getting those implemented, making sure that everything is running as smooth as possible, making deposits, paying the bills. So that's basically what I've been doing.
Cool.
Very good. Looks like Shay Hinkle's watching too. Say hi to Shay.
Hey,
Right.
Shay.
Hey Shay, and Adam Jadowitz is also watching you.
There you go. So,
You're popular.
yeah. So you guys are going for a certification this year? Um, the professional, is that correct?
I think so.
I think it is. Yeah, I believe that that's what you're going for.
Yes.
The professional certification. And you've already gotten that approved, and you're going to be getting an award when you come out to the expo.
Yes, Leah.
Now, were you guys have you guys been to expos in the past?
We did.
Yes.
We went last year.
Right. So you've been to the awards dinner? Yeah,
To the
pretty
one in
nice.
Texas, yes.
Hmm.
Yep. And this time it's going to be in Vegas. Um, so it very well done on that.
Thank you.
I love it when you guys when you know the clients work the certification line and then they're moving through the certifications. It's really good. So now, of course, part of that, the way that our certifications work is you do training, you get your coaching, you do your training, and then we actually look and see how things are going to see that you're actually benefiting from the knowledge you're receiving. But the training is really important. Um, how have the workshops gone for you guys since you guys been on the program?
It's been amazing. I've taken a lot of the master classes also.
Mhm.
One of the classes that I took probably a few months ago allowed us to finally be a 4-day business. So we
Okay.
talked about it in one of the class. He was talking about it early on in the year. And when one of our techs left, we decided let's take a vote. And 2 weeks later, we went to a 4-day business, which has been amazing. We're still getting used to having Fridays off. So
I bet it's hard.
Can,
yes, especially traffic here. We got to remind ourselves not to go to certain parts of Orlando because Friday traffic is no joke. Yeah, it's
yeah,
really bad.
Yeah, I
I can
heard it's
imagine.
become like crazy.
It
Yeah,
Not
really is.
quite as bad as LA, but apparently it's pretty bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So, which workshop have you liked best?
I my favorite my and my least favorite are both the same, which is the financing.
I
You
love
have a
that.
very
I had an
love hate
account.
relationship.
It was a love hate. It's Chris was amazing. She was the one that taught me, and I it was gibberish to me when we first did it. Then finally
I
she
feel you.
told, she's like, you're supposed, this is your responsibility. So I did take it on. So I'm looking to take the class again, and now this time maybe I'll understand all of the terms. And but I had maybe 6 pages of notes of things that she wanted me to do that I've been implementing since then. And I took the classes last year. So
Oh,
it's time
wow.
to take it again. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. What did you like about it?
To understand what I'm looking at. When I
Okay.
look at a P&L, when I look at all of my reports that my accountant would give to me, I'll look at it and be like, okay, that looks about right. And I'll just put it away.
That's good
So
numbers.
just numbers. I mean, for me, it was if I paid the bills at the end of the week, we did great. That was
Right.
basically how we ran the business before
Mm,
driving,
right.
of course.
The checkbook method. If you have
Yeah.
money in the checkbook, you're good.
Well, I guess that
Yeah,
is the first step, but then you got to move past it at some point.
correct.
Yeah.
So Deanna call is says hello.
Miss Deanna.
Yeah. She's watching, so that's cool.
And John Starkin is watching. We were talking about him
Yeah, we
earlier.
were
We're
talking.
talking about you,
We
John.
we can't tell him what we're talking about. Shh.
Yeah, it's a secret.
Hi, John.
So, tell us a little bit about your dreams for the like near future, like your planning for the next 5 years or like that kind of thing. Like obviously working with a drive consultant, that's obviously planning is one of the most important parts of our training is teaching clients how to think into the future. What's your plan for the next 5 years?
So Nancy had me sign up for this class, and I was like, sure. I really never paid attention to what the class was, and I forgot the teacher's name, but he's a owner too. He has 2 shops, and he's talking about opening your second shop. And I'm like, Nancy, are you crazy? I could barely deal with this one shop. Why would you put me in this class about a second shop? So funny thing is that we're thinking about possibly opening a second shop. We just talked about it maybe 3 weeks ago. So once we have this one established where it's making owners break even every week, we have a good team, all the trainings are done. We're like, why not? So it was funny. She knew this about us before we even knew. But I took the class. He tells us, "So are you thinking?" I was like, "No, I don't want to open a second shop. Are you crazy?" So yeah, that's
But
what we're
now,
thinking.
are you? Now?
Now
Is it
we're
on the
thinking
radar?
about it. It's on the radar. We'll see. We want to make sure we do everything that we need to do here. We're
Yeah.
still working on owner's break even, especially the month of August for us is very slow into Labor Day, September. We start kind of picking back up in October.
Hmm.
So right now our focus is savings, which is
Hmm.
our big thing. And then once we have a good savings, then we'll start talking about maybe opening a second shop.
Well, there you go. And you're right. You're absolutely correct that you don't want to start thinking about opening up a second shop until the first shop is fully dialed in. Because I mean, I've seen guys do it, but it brings a lot of stress. Um, but they can pull it off, but it's very challenging. But if you actually get your shop really dialed in, the first location, then you just decide to get that second location, and then you just duplicate everything you're already doing in the other shop, and it brings that second location up very, very fast. So you're correct. Don't start thinking about looking for like real estate just yet. Get fully dialed in, and then move to that second shop if
Yeah, I
it's
don't think
what you're
Manny
doing
could be service writing at both
at
shops.
both shops. It'd be
That'd
very
make it a little
challenging.
challenging.
It would be. It would be a little difficult.
1 hour here, 1 hour there, 1 hour.
You have to get like a moped or something, a little
A muppet, more like a helicopter.
helicopter, exactly. But yeah, so what was I gonna? I was gonna ask you about
So the name of the instructor is Bob
Bob
Stout.
Stout. That's what I was gonna
Yes,
say.
Yeah,
Mr.
And the
Bob.
name
Yes,
the
and
name I don't know the name.
the name of the workshop is Expanding Your Shop, which is a
yes.
very specific, just one of our newest workshops that we launched that has to do with creating an MSO or creating a second on multiple locations. And
Which
the
is
reason
great
why
information.
Bob instructs that is because he just pulled the trigger probably less than 6 months ago on his second shop.
At the end of the year, and actually, it's very fascinating because the second shop is doing pretty much as well as the first one.
Hmm.
That's amazing.
It's awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
Yep.
it's really good. They've done really well.
Good.
So it's
Yeah.
really, yeah, it's really, and he just went through all the processes of doing that. He was in a full stage four, which for people is when your shop is fully operational and you don't have to you don't have to be in the workflow anymore. You're still the owner, but you're not in directly in the workflow. You're just have a lot of oversight.
Hmm.
That's where that stage four is. And it's a sweet spot because you're still being responsible for the operation of the business, but you're not directly handling the day-to-day production. You're not dealing directly with the clients or the customers. You're not dealing directly with the work. And it allows for a lot of free time. And but it also, but you're still being very responsible. And he was fully in a stage four before he pulled the trigger on that second shop. And it did not take him long to bring that thing up. Like I think from the time that they started to move in until now, which they're doing the same kind of numbers, I don't think it's been 5 months. I don't,
Wow.
It's about well 8 months. I think beginning of the year, so about eight
is that when
months.
they opened it? I thought they had
Yeah,
gotten the building around that time.
in December I think they got the building, but it's about 8 months. But it's still pretty quick to have two shops.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Doing well, which is usually when somebody opens a second shop, it's like,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? So he's doing fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And his daughters are great. They're just
Oh yeah.
super. They're super. Yeah.
Yep. He has
Very
a real family
smart.
business.
Very smart.
Yeah. And
Very.
I think his son is back there too. His son is at the new location.
Yeah. His son is being the foreman.
There
So,
you go. Yeah.
yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
All righty. So, anything any other dreams you have for the near future, like other than just like something you want to do or something you want to be able to have when you actually are able to have the time to do that? Like,
Definitely stage 4 by next year.
mhm.
And I think take a vacation.
Mm,
That's
Where do you want to go on vacation? Hawaii? No, I'm
anywhere,
just kidding.
Anywhere.
anywhere that I know the shop is running and I don't
yep.
have to worry about it. So that would be a big deal, having a full shop and knowing that we can take a long vacation. Basically our kids are basically grown. I just have my son left and he's in 10th grade. So
Mhm.
I don't have any little babies. So we would love to take a week, 2 week vacation and know that we could just go. Before we used to take vacation or when we used to go to the expo, we would close the shop.
Oh, wow.
Right.
So being
Yeah.
able to keep it open, we actually did that last year when we went to the expo in Texas, and he was constantly in the camera looking and making sure everything was. And I was like, leave it alone. If something happens, they'll give us a call. So yeah, so being able
Yeah,
to
it's
just
like a
go and not
baby.
worry. Yes, it's
It's like your
actually
baby. Oh
It
no,
yeah,
I
is.
gotta call. You gotta
Well,
call the babysitter. Is he
yes.
still alive?
I liken it to like
Did he drink
giving the keys to the Lamborghini to the 16-year-old and wondering if it's going to be okay.
Yes.
It takes a little bit of work and a little bit of changing of your mind to go, can I actually be comfortable letting my business operate under my employees who I've hired? And that takes a little bit of that's a little bit of a challenge. It's a mindset change, right? But once you make that change, that stress will be there at first, but once you make that change, then you're going to love that freedom
Mhm.
because you'll have that confidence that it's going to be fine, and then you're going to be like, now we can go for 2 weeks to Cancun or wherever you want to go. I would strongly recommend that you try to come up with some place like specific that you really always wanted to go or go do something specific and put it up, make a target. So let's see if we can hit this thing by this time next year, maybe. Say in next year, 26th in August, I want us to be on a cruise ship in Alaska or whatever the dream thing is, and try to like yet talk about that. And because those are the kind of dreams you want to build, so that you have a real purpose for making a go of it. You know what I mean? Have
Yeah.
you guys ever talked about those kind of dreams at all?
We did. We turned 21 years together now in September.
Oh,
Oh, wow,
So,
congratulations.
congratulations.
thank you. So we wanted to go to Europe, but obviously with the change of, texts and the changes that we've had the last few months didn't allow us to do that. But we'll try next year.
Well,
We're
there you
in
go.
Europe.
Anywhere.
Anywhere, as long
Anywhere.
as it's
Yeah,
Europe.
anywhere. Maybe on that side. Yeah.
As long as you cross the, all right.
You just gotta
So,
hit. You gotta hit London. You gotta hit Berlin. You gotta hit like
well, what
Paris.
about Paris? Yeah,
Paris. Paris was
Paris.
gonna be in there. I was putting it in
Okay,
there.
okay, good. Just making sure.
You want to make Paris the last one, so it's the thing you can remember the most because it is.
I don't know if I'll be able to do such a long flight again, so I want to do a long, maybe 2, 3 weeks, maybe a cruise will just take us to all of the places.
Well, yeah, they have that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know about we went to California for one of the drives, like 2 or 3 years ago, and that was hard for me. It
Oh,
was
like,
5 hours, and it
oh,
was
in
really
the
hard.
plane.
And the
Yeah,
plane, yeah.
yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
So, in the area that you're in Orlando, do you have a lot of locals, or do you get a lot of tourist work, or how do you?
In our area, it's mostly locals.
Okay,
Yeah, maybe 25 minutes to half an hour, then you're looking more of a tourist area. So we deal
in the
mostly with locals.
Disneyland area, the
Mm-hmm.
Kissimmee.
Yeah.
Cool. So, what's the best thing that happened this year? Your biggest
Two new
win for the
guys,
I
year?
would say our two new guys.
our
Yeah,
2 new hires.
The new
they
hires, the
yeah,
techs.
Yeah.
definitely yeah. It's it's something that I don't have to. the work that they do and the descriptions that they do, and I don't have to question what their DVIs, inspections, give me the description of problems, doing the job right. I don't have to question that and get out of my chair to double check if what they're telling me is correct. It's been great in that area.
That's wonderful.
So, you know the question everybody's gonna be asking, how did you find them? Don't tell
It was
them
a
your,
lot of
don't tell them their
interviews.
names because you don't want them to steal them. But you, how did
Oh,
you?
no poaching.
No poaching, guys. But you can
Yes.
tell them how did you find them?
So you want to tell the story? Go ahead.
Well, our first guy actually started working before he did at the dealer, and he worked 20. After I decided to leave and do the independent world, he stayed back, and just recently he's like, I wanna change scenarios, and he left the dealer and came to work with me. So this is a guy that I known for over 20 years.
Oh, that's
We're
awesome.
we're we're
That's
we're
great.
we're like really good friends. And the
Very
other
good.
gentleman, he we did a camera interview because he came from New York, and great interviewer. I mean, great resume. Everything. The 20 years he worked, it was all European, and when he came on board, it was just like he was here all the time. It was just a click.
They both clicked. Yeah.
See, I
Mhm.
love the fact that you're recruiting outside of the state and like not afraid to hire somebody away. Then you have a much larger field to pull from, and I just think it's wonderful,
And let
and
me
How
tell
did
you,
you?
I was not going to interview him. And
Hmm.
Nancy was, he's gonna relocate. I'm like, no, Nancy, he's in New York. She's like, but yeah, but he's moving, and it wasn't gonna be almost a month and a half, 2 months before he moved. So but we ended up interviewing. Chris, our general manager, and Manny ended up loving, his interview and his personality, and we waited for him.
that's awesome.
It was worth the wait.
Yep.
Hey, let's take a little
How did he
break
find out
before.
about you guys?
Hold on,
Sorry.
hold that thought because I want to do a little commercial break because we're getting close. So I just want to remind everybody that we do not have a show next Friday because it is the holiday, but we will be back on September 5th. And I also want to encourage everybody that we do have an expo coming up September 18th through the 20th in Vegas. It's going to be a great time. If we would love to see all of you there. So that would be wonderful. So that's the commercial break. So now back to you, Carla. Ask your question because it sounded like a pretty good one.
How did he find out about you guys all the way from New York?
So we had an Indeed ad. We did the free ad,
Mhm.
Hmm.
and that's when we got him. He applied along with maybe five other techs.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we
That's
Very
good.
good.
interviewed some techs because it was a master tech advertisement, and it would just we were we would interview
Oh,
some people, and I remember this guy saying, "So is BMW European?" And I was like, "We're like, all right, thank you for coming." So yeah, we've had some doozies, but
Yeah, well, the
well,
great thing about recruitment is you always have to recruit, and you just have to sift through the people that aren't qualified, and you will eventually find the person you want. But one of the things to remember is you have to be willing to go through the people that you might not want to have to talk to. Like I don't want to talk to a mechanic that doesn't know that BMW is a German-made car. Like I understand where that just seems like a waste of time, but it's not because you're going to click through the people till you find the person you want, and that was always how recruitment works. It's always how recruitment works, and so yeah.
I
So
tell
what else?
people it's like finding like finding a wife or a husband, a spouse. You got to go on a lot of dates before you find the right one.
That's right.
And then sometimes you're like, go on a date and you go, "Ah, it's not gonna work." And
Yeah,
sometimes you go for a few months and then you're going, "Ah, it's not gonna work." And you know, but when you find the right one, it
worth
just
it. Yeah.
works. Yeah,
Hmm.
And
exactly.
I knew a guy who was a recruiter, and he never got discouraged by people that weren't going to work because he always knew that it was a numbers game. Like there's a percentage of people that will be good, and then a percentage that are not going to be good. And we can call it, I don't know what the exact numbers would be, but it might be 5%, like or 10, let's call it 10. 10% are going to be really qualified, and 90% are not. Okay, so for every person you talk to that's not good, you're just one step closer. So he's counting, okay, that's one. When I get to nine, I'm going to get a guy, he
Exactly.
just knows
It's
that,
another way to look at it. Yeah.
and
Hmm.
it keeps you positive because you go, yeah, well that okay, I got to go through nine before I get to the one. Not exactly those numbers, but I got to get through a bunch before I get to the one I want. So then
Hmm.
when you get a bad one, you just go, okay, well there you go, check that one off. It keeps you positive. It does. It's not because it can be discouraging, right? And they do this in sales too, like where it can become a little discouraging. But don't let it be discouraging. Know that you're one step closer to the person you're trying to find.
So, do you have more interviews for service advisors? Are you really promoting?
That's that's our next one. He's really motivated for us to find a
Yeah, I
service
bet.
advisor.
Is
So
there
I
anybody on
bet.
the horizon? Is there anybody you guys have talked to or anybody you guys are thinking about?
we have a few. So we did a ad a few weeks ago, and we ended up interviewing a guy who we really loved. He took the offer, and then he decided that he lived super far, which,
Mm,
and Nancy's like, "Did you learn something?" I was like, "Yes. I learned not to take my Indeed ad and deactivate until he started. As soon as he took the offer, I took the Indeed ad. I took him out of the office, cleaned everything. Got some
mm,
equipment for him when he started. And then I called, sent everybody messages. Hey, we're no longer looking. Thank you for applying. And I learned until the guy starts and leave everything active and don't do anything else. Because it was a Friday. I had my general manager send him a message reminding him that we start at 7 in the morning. And that's when he told us that he would not be coming on board because he lived an hour and a half away.
that's rough.
Now,
Oh.
would you not know that when you came for the interview? That it was super
Yeah.
far. We should have seen the address and kind of like honed into, hey, you are pretty far. Is this going to be okay? So I did learn. We both learned a lot with that potential hire. So
Yeah, you
And
never stop
actually, it was
recruiting.
good. Yeah, actually, it was good because probably he would have started and then he would have been like, "Ah, it's too far,"
I would have
and it
preferred,
just,
yeah,
yeah,
that we fell in love with him and we love the way he works, and then a week later he's like, this is too
it
far.
don't work. And
So
yeah,
yeah.
Brutal.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is, and it's hard to like even handle that problem. Like you just go, I get it, man. You don't want to drive, an hour and a half one
Hmm.
way, so, but I get it. So they're not really a prospect, but you got to go through those guys. And then the other thing too is, it's just you never stop recruiting. So I would always be looking, even when your team is fully in place, and you got to communicate to your team and let them understand, look, I'm always going to be recruiting it. Your jobs are not in danger, but I just need to constantly keep the feelers out. You know what I mean? And that's what you do. But some people don't like to continue to recruit after the team's in place because I think it's gonna create a unstable team. But if you communicate with them correctly, they'll understand. They'll understand that it's a responsibility to keep recruiting, right?
That's
All
right.
righty. Anything else you want to say to the grand old world out there?
No, I mean, Drive was the best decision. Drive came a day where I was not here, and the guy showed up, and Manny said yes. Now, if I would have been here, I would have said no. because we get so many people soliciting. So automatically for me, I'm on a no mode. Nope, nope, not interested. He came while I wasn't there. He said yes. And then he gives me a list of all of these reports that I have to pull for this person that's going to look through my numbers. And it was the best decision. That's when I met Nancy, and she's really pushed us. We are where we are because of Drive and because of Nancy. And
So
all of
good.
our teachers who are there, we take classes left and right, and they've been amazing. When we go to the expo, we feel like we know everybody. So I want to say thank you guys. I know you guys are coaches too. Thank you so much because I know our doors would have been closed. Yeah. I know that for sure.
Yeah,
That's
sometimes
So
things
awesome.
happen for a reason, and I'm so happy that things have turned around. It's such a purpose for us just to help people just like you guys. And that hearing that story really made me feel good. Thank you.
good.
Alrighty, I
All
think
right.
we're at the end of the show.
I
Carla,
guess we're out of time. This was fun.
it
Thank
was
you
fun.
guys.
It was fun.
Yeah, such nice
Well,
people.
yeah,
Wow.
you guys are great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just stay in touch and we'll probably have you on again sometime.
Thanks.
Okay,
See you guys in
okay,
Las Vegas.
yeah,
See you in
yeah,
Vegas.
Yes.
yeah, it'll be
All right.
awesome. Okay,
See
so
you there.
this is just signing off till 2 weeks from today. We're not going to have our show next Friday, so we'll have the one after that. See you guys.
Bye.